Couples versus 2020. What the heck, man? What's going on? Martin and Chelsea Matthews here. We've noticed a trend having to do with couples and 2020, so we want to talk about it.
First of all, if you like our content, please share this out, invite other people, especially invite your spouse, by the way. So here's the thing we've noticed so far. We reach out to different people we know, to our friends, to our clients, and just acquaintances, all kinds of different things like that. And we've been hearing very similar storylines that the people are getting divorces, they're splitting up, the family's separating, stuff like that. And some of these are people who've been together for a long time. So when we noticed this trend, we started to ask around and say, hey, can you give us some feedback as to what's occurring? And the common theme was 2020 was tough for us. People started saying that to us, and that's one of the things we wanted to come here and do a live stream on this particular subject and just discuss it and discuss the impact 2020 had on couples, on people's finances. A lot of it centered around the financial stress in the household, right? It's what they were going through, what they were facing as a couple, and some of it was too insurmountable for them to stay together. So I really want to talk about that. I put a message out the other day. A lot of people messaged me. Some of these people we've talked to one-on-one and to share their stories with us. So I want to talk about that today. So that's the trend that we're noticing. What would you say on that you've experienced? Because you've talked to some other people too. What have they been saying about that 2020 couples, what's happening?
Financial conflict is the number one cause of divorce. That's pandemic or no pandemic, like stress or no stress. Just in everyday life, financial conflict is the number one cause of divorce in couples. So then you add something as stressful as a pandemic. Businesses are affected, jobs are lost, all kinds of things. All these stresses are added into the relationship, and then you add an already difficult subject to tackle, confront, and handle. And a lot of couples just did not make it. And so when you talk about financial stress, in our book, Let's Fight About Money, which we talk about handling conflicts around money, how to confront it so you can build an unbreakable financial house and get on the same page. Because already, just in everyday life, when things are going well, it can be difficult for couples to communicate about money. And we talk a lot about in our relationship, I'm more of a saver, he's more of a spender. And before, when we had more financial stress in our relationship, challenges we were overcoming in our business, well, when I want to save and he wants to spend, that causes conflict and stress. Yeah. And then you add to it, maybe one person lost their job due to the pandemic. Maybe both people lost their jobs. And now you have these different beliefs and habits around money. And then the conflict, it's just expanded. Yeah. Whereas one person maybe wants to go and isn't as stressed about spending money, and another person is completely stressed about spending money. And if you guys don't know how to communicate about it and see the other person's viewpoint, then that is just recipe for an explosion, recipe for conflict. We were very lucky that we went through a lot of challenges early on in our relationship because we moved across state to expand our business. We essentially started over. We were working with a group of people that we separated from, and we didn't know anybody. And so we had a lot of financial stress. On top of that, we were parents. Martin was a new parent because I was a single mom before I met Martin. So he came into the relationship when our son was 7. So he was like a new parent. We were new business owners together, and all these things that we were facing, all these challenges. And luckily we had a goal that was so big and we knew where we were going and it was the same direction, that all of the other things we were able to navigate and work through so that we could get through those barriers.
Yeah, let's talk. Share some of the things people have shared with me. And I asked them, hey, can I talk about this on our live stream? And they said, absolutely talk about it, because they want to hear from other people as well. So some of the things that people have shared with me about what happened in their relationships 2020. Somebody told me that their partner told them they had anxiety or suffer from depression, but they didn't know the extent of that until they got locked down. They had to live together, and then the financial stress on top of all of that was just too much for the relationship to handle. Another person said somebody had bad experiences in a previous relationship living with somebody, and then now they're forced to live with somebody, forced to try to make it, and having to do it sometimes on one income, and that caused even more stress. So I want to know if you've had any impact in your relationship. If you're comfortable sharing it in the comments, do so. If not, you can send us a direct message, and we're happy to talk to you about that. But we just started noticing this trend that people who have things put together, we had couples that were both working, and then in the same week, both of them lost their jobs. So they're locked down, lost their jobs, can't go get new jobs right away in their field, and there's a shock to the household, shock to the system, all of that. So all these different things are happening while a pandemic's going on and people having to deal with and handle all that, right?
A lot of people have never spent that much time together either. Like, we're together all the time because we have a business together, but a lot of people have different careers. And so they go to their job every day, and now these people who have maybe never spent this much time together are stuck in one location, for a period of time, and then added financial stress on top of that.
And then you got the kids doing. You got to teach the kids, do your job, do all these different things, right? So that's the trend that we saw, and we're going to continue this conversation. But we wanted to get out here and talk about that. So that's the first thing that we started to notice. We have some solutions for that. Number one, first thing is we talk about this a lot in our book, Let's Fight About Money. First of all, why do we even name the book Let's Fight About Money? Who the hell wants to fight about money? Nobody wants to fight about money, man. It's to get you to confront it. Right? It's to get you to confront what is happening. So if I name the book Don't Fight About Money, you're like, hey, I shouldn't fight about money. But if I get your attention, first of all, you see the gloves on there, right? So if I get your attention by saying, let's fight about money, what the hell do I mean by that? I mean, you guys both get on the same page. If you're a couple, get on the same page. If you're a single person and you were ever in a relationship before, you should still read this book because it will help you in future relationships. So in our book, we talk about how exactly do you communicate about it.
Okay, well, let's talk about this name, though. Let's fight about money, because if you're fighting about money, you are at least communicating about money. Because the problem is, and this is why we want to talk about this topic right now, is because a lot of people aren't talking about it. And so most people don't talk about their problems. They don't talk about the stress. And then it just builds and builds and builds until it's past the point of repair, and then relationships are lost. And so if you're fighting about money or you're fighting about your situation, you're at least communicating. And we want to help you go from fighting each other to fighting for each other. And that's why we want to talk about this topic, because you're not alone. If you're having conflicts or stress or frustration in your relationship, you may not have wanted to talk about it. You may not have wanted to go public with it, but we want you to know you're not alone. There is a lot of people out there struggling, and we want to help you to find the solution so you can get on the same page and you can fight for each other and, get through these difficult times.
So how did Chelsea and I do some of this? And look,
put on the gloves, man. We got some black eyes.
We had to get in certain agreement and discuss and confront tough topics. We had to have tough conversations with each other, and it weren't always easy, but we did that, and we even explained some of that in our book. Chelsea gives her viewpoint, I give my viewpoint. How do we handle that? How do we get in better communication, right? So one of the things we're doing to help people with this is, number one, we're doing a financial literacy challenge. Why we're doing a financial literacy challenge, first of all, is we want to help people improve their financial condition. One of my goals in life, one of our joint goals, is to help our fellow man flourish and prosper. Well, what prevents people from flourishing and prospering? What prevents them from, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's them trying to do better in life, whatever it is, what prevents that from happening? It's a lot of times people don't have the knowledge, right? I want to fix my relationship with my spouse. I don't know how. I want to fix my money situation. I don't know how. I want to get more money, be financially free. I don't know how. So the lack of knowledge. So we want to share some of our successful actions and our knowledge. And one of the ways we do that is through our it's a free financial literacy challenge. And if you do it as a couple, Whether you're in a relationship, you can do it as single. It's not just for couples. It's a financial literacy challenge to help anybody, no matter where you are financially, to improve your condition. But we wanted to talk about couples because this is a trend we started seeing with people that we know. And that they're like, hey, this is what's happening in my relationship. These are the struggles I'm going through. This is what's happening here. And so we want to help people solve that problem because we want to help our fellow man flourish and prosper.
I think one of the things that really helped us get through our conflicts and differences and challenges was like, we didn't have a choice because for one, we're in business together. For two, we talk to people about money and how to get on the same page and how to reach your financial goals and strengthen your financial house. So if we couldn't figure out how to strengthen our financial house, if we couldn't figure out how to get on the same page, we would be like we would be screwed, man. We'd have no business, no relationship, and we would ruin our reputation. It's like Undercover Billionaire, man. Yeah. If Grant Cardone went out and could not be successful starting over, and if you guys have not seen Undercover Billionaire, oh my God, go check it out. Discovery.
Show, yeah.
And he had to go prove that what he talks about, what he teaches, is true. Because if he couldn't go be successful, it would ruin his reputation. And so for us, the sheer fact that our reputation, our life would be ruined if we did not make it, we didn't have any other choice. Yeah. So even though things got really tough, and trust me, I've thought about through really difficult times, like, oh my God, are we gonna make it? Oh my God, is our business gonna make it? I don't know. And then I think about the alternative. Well then, like what would we go do? No, there's no other option. So, okay, we got to stay focused. We got to figure out where we're going, and we got to get there.
Yeah. And not perfect. We have disagreements, but we have tools. We know how to handle that. And how do you actually communicate with somebody, right? There's drills we've done. There's courses we've done on communication. And I'm still working on communicating better with people and communicating better with Chelsea and all these different things. We're not perfect, but we have figured some things out and we continue to figure things out. And we want to share those kinds of things with people because we believe it can help them. And look, it's not just, we know that when you're in that situation, it's not just about, oh, you got to push through or you got to stick together and fight it out. We know that when you're in that situation, sometimes you just need help outside of just the both of you. And even if you're single and you have financial stress and a relationship, look, financial stress in the household is a major, major issue. Before 2020, right, 76% of people living paycheck to paycheck. Half of Americans did not have $400 in reserves for an emergency. Then you throw on a pandemic on top of that. How the hell are people going to make it and survive? Then you're locked down. Then you got to be with each other all the time. Then you got kids who's going through virtual school, so you got to struggle to teach them. You don't know how the hell to teach them. The teachers don't know how the hell to teach them. You can't get logged into the computer because it's not working, and you got to work virtually, and you're just trying to still make your coffee in the morning. How do you handle all of that? How does that not create stress, right? So by you getting on the same page, and how do you do that? How do you get your joint goals? How do you stay focused on where you're going, not just the present situation that's happening? That's what Chelsea and I do all the time. We constantly talk about where we're going, what we're going to do, how we're going to get there, who do we need around us to help come with on that journey to make that possible, and how do they benefit from being on this train to success, and how do we as a couple in business, how do we make it, do well, be an example to others so that we can continue to flourish and prosper. All of those things we'll talk about. We talk about that even more in our financial literacy challenge. So I invite every single one of you to go to 6buildingblocks.com/challenge and sign up for free. First thing is you'll get a free digital copy of this book, right? You get a free digital copy of our book, Let's Fight About Money, where we talk about all this stuff. We even talk about the impact of finances on your sex life, right? Impact of finances on your sex life. Look,
there's a whole chapter on it.
Dude, if somebody's stressed out about money.
Because that's the number 2 reason for divorce.
The bedroom
and the finances.
The bedroom isn't happening. If the bedroom is not happening, the finance isn't working, and you're not communicating, guess what? You can predict that things not going to work. So you want to make sure to do that. How do you make sure you teach your kids about money? Teach your kids about legacy. all of that kind of stuff, right? So somebody says, me and my wife are a young couple, we need to sit and talk to you both. Yeah, send us a message. Send us a direct message to either myself or Chelsea. We'll coordinate with you and help you guys navigate through things like that. And getting your financial house stronger. So we just want to come out here and talk about that. We're going to talk more about this particular topic because there's a lot to unpack on this. Different stories people have shared, the emotional impact. People went through couples counseling, but still relationships had to end. How do you continue to keep the relationship going despite financial stress, despite all these different things? We want to share our successful actions with you and how we did that and how we continue to do it. So
it's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to be faced with challenges and have difficulties. But the question is, what are you going to do about it? To get more knowledge about changing your situation. We want to help you to do that. And actually, our book, Let's Fight About Money, when you sign up for our free financial literacy challenge, you get a free digital copy of our book. This book has helped couples stop fighting about money and get on the same page and communicate and start reaching their goals together. So we really want to help you guys to succeed, to build a stronger financial house, to reach all of your goals and create the life you truly want to live. So go to 6buildingblocks.com/challenge, sign up today, and please share this video, share this message, share this link with anybody else that you think who could benefit. It's not just for couples. If you're in a relationship, it is excellent for couples to do together. But anybody who's looking to strengthen your financial house, make 2021 the best year yet, and to get on the right track. So go sign up. Thank you so much for joining.
And we're also giving away $5,000.
Oh yeah, we're giving away $5,000 too.
We're giving away $5,000 cash during the challenge. So make sure to sign up. And it starts on February 7th, and it's going to go through February 13th to 7 days straight.
Just in time for Valentine's Day.
Just in time for Valentine's Day. So there you go. You can come win some money from us. You can actually strengthen your financial house and get into a better condition. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing, and we'll see you guys later.